I'm thankful to my fate. I experienced it the time, because you have to be fortunate to play in NHL. So many things has to be in a in the right place. Beside your work ethic, talent, health, and luck. You know, it's amazing life. It's a tough life. But it's fantastic. You traveling to different cities. You staying in a great hotels. You eat the great food. You perform in front of the sold out crowds most of the time. It's a great atmosphere. You compete against the best players. It's amazing. And right now, when I'm sometimes forgetting I was a hockey player, because it's like it was a different life. It's not me. Sometimes like my wife, like, hey, you play there. So I'm like, oh yeah, fine, god damn it, like I'm just like seriously totally forgot because it's like it was different life. Absolutely, but it was a great time and like enjoy, guys, enjoy. Who made it? The show, just enjoy. It's not last forever. It's goes quickly, just like that. I remembered my first year, and you're like, oh, so many years in front of me. Boom! Right now, I'm gonna turn 43. Yeah, right.
When you look back playing hockey, like in the National League, and all the success that you did have, like is it the memories of like winning the Stanley Cup? Is it the guys in the locker room, the post game talks, the travel with the guys, the hotel room, the training camp? Like what stands out? Like when you say you were very fortunate and everything was so great. Like what is the stuff that stands out in your mind?
That was in my second year of the career. Like I was young, and really, it was like in that time you're not really appreciated what in the moment what really happening to you, like what we just achieved yet, because you think like, okay, just last year we lost in this conference final, this year we won the Stanley Cup. I guess it's going to be every year like that. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure for the Timo Silani it was a totally different experience. Like he was like, I guess I was something like 37 or something like that. Like way above the 30. You know what I mean? And whole his career for him it was a different feeling. And I don't know, like right now I'm like I said, you look back and it's like, God damn it, I was so lucky. Like and you just enjoying because there is a great atmosphere. Everyone's happy. No practice tomorrow. This is and all my family was there. My dad, my mom was like family, like whole family. My wife, my kids. Like you feel. You're just enjoying the time, because like all your relatives here and they celebrate the victory. And for else, it's just, again, it's just like, how many? 16 years ago, I guess. 2007. Yeah, 16 years ago.
Well, I remember when you took over the job in 2006, and please correct me if I missed any details here, but the 2006 Anaheim Ducks, or the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, I guess as they were called, you're playing Calgary in the first round, JS Jaguar not doing so hot, and then you come in, and I think this may be one of the most under talked about or underappreciated playoff runs of all time. You end up throwing, and I have the stats here to reference, but you end up throwing a 944 save percentage, unheard of, a 2.1 goals against average in the 2006 run winner. You swept the Ducks, or excuse me, you swept the Avalanche, beat Calgary in 7, and then it ended up losing to the Oilers. But still, a 944, like that's 2012 Jonathan Quick-esque. And then in 2007, although J.S. Jagier ended up taking over the job to the Cup final, you still ran a 3-1 record with a 922 save percentage in that first round series against Dallas. Like you were lights out in those 2 years. Minnesota. Excuse me. But like that was one of the. I remember watching because I was 9 years old at the time, like little tiny me, and Jose Theodore was my idol growing up. He was my favorite. Like he had the looks, the style, the girlfriend. He was full right, all this kind of stuff. He was dating Paris Hilton, and he's playing for Colorado at the time.
Paris Hilton? No way.
He was dating Paris Hilton. Yeah, do you remember that or no?
No. I don't remember. Paris Hilton. Oh, he was flashy, I guess, huh? Jose Theodore, right?
Yeah, he had the style, the mask, he just had everything going for him. I've tried getting him to come on the podcast many times. His nephew Chris follows me on Instagram. I've been like, hey, can you get Jose on? Can you get him on? Like this guy was my idol. Like he was who I looked up to the most as a kid. And
celebrity, I guess, huh?
Yeah, he was dating Paris Hilton. He won the Hart Trophy, the Vezina, and yeah, he did very, very well for himself. So yeah, but so you ended up eliminating him, right? In 4 games straight, swept the Avalanche. And I remember being so frustrated because like that was my idol. I was 9 years old at the time, and then realizing like, holy, like this Bryzgalov guy is on a run. Like I just mentioned, like the 944, the 922, like he's unreal. And for that 2007 Cup final run, as good as Jiggy was, like you swap you or him out, you could have ran him all the way to the Cup final as well. Like it was just a deep team, and the goaltending was incredible.
Yeah, we had a great team, like we have a great offense, great defense. Jiggy was a great all season long. Like, yeah, like I don't know, like coach likes to mix it up. Randy Carlisle, not overload the Jiggy over the season. He played like 50 games. There was some injuries. I was injured. Jiggy was injured. Yeah, was like at some point. We kind of shared the games. He played like 55 something, maybe 50 games. I play around 30 something like that. But the all season long, he was a great goalie, Jiggy. You can say like it's something was unheard. It was one-time thing. Like he was amazing. Like it's not just this year. Remember 2003 run. Like he's a great goalie. We have a good, I think, goaltending duo. We well support each other, and unfortunately, right before the playoff starts, like a few games before, his wife was delivered the baby, and he had some issue with the health. Like that's why he was missing the few games before the playoffs, and I played those games and I played well, and they continued to decide to go with me in the playoffs, and we take a lead 3-0, and as soon as I lost the game in Minnesota, they bring the Jiggy back to the net. I was disappointed. Yes, of course I want to play, continue to play. But I would say like it was not a fair decision. I'm not going to say that because Jiggy, he carried the most of the year and he was and he's in a great shape, and eventually he was in net and we win the Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? There was a right decision. He's a great goalie, and he deserved it all. Can I do that if I was in the net at that time? It's a mystery. You know what I mean? We just can sit here and speculate it. Like yes, maybe, maybe not. We just it's in the past. But I think. We all benefited. He played great. He him and the team he was delivered us to the promised land. And I feel I'm not feeling like I was not part of this. I was a part of this too. And I'm not just like a side spectator, I part of this winning team during the season, during the playoff too. I have my games in the playoffs, It's just the way it is, just you have to be, you can't bring the negativity even to the playoffs, to the team. You have to sometimes just accept it. Even sometimes maybe you think it's not fair. It's just the way it is. It's only one net.
Was it hard for you to separate the business from the personal side? And I'm sure, like, you talked to Vlad about this a lot, but myself personally, I find it very difficult. Like when we show up from morning skate, and like it's that fun of you show up to the rink, you're playing hockey for a living, it's the greatest job in the world, but then you got to deal with the BS, business side of coaches, maybe yanking my chains. I'm not getting the opportunities that I think I deserve, or just something isn't right. But that's not a part of that's the business. Like separating the two is so difficult, especially in the moment.
It is. It's a difficult part, yes, because you think like you deserve to be in the net, but it's something that was out of your control, and you can have a choice between to be a beep, right? Instead of you, I did a beep to be a beep, or you said like, okay, right now it's not a time and not a place to create the chaos. Let's finish it, and when we're done with everything, we can sit down and we can talk. Like about your place, for example, in a team, or your vision in a team, or your future in a team. Because during the playoffs, it's not a time, it's not a moment. You know what I mean? It's a short. It's just a 2 months. For the to create the complications. And it's anyway you can't do anything about. They cannot trade you. They cannot you just there stuck, and you don't want to create the bad atmosphere around yourself to be toxic, and because it's not even gonna help you. You know what I mean? Because if you're gonna be a bad person, it's in the nearest future team doesn't probably won't gonna help you to go somewhere where you can be happy.
Do you think when the team itself sees you being a good teammate, like you're supporting Jiggy, you're maybe filling water bottles, picking up pucks, staying out late after practice, they see that, and then when you get your opportunity, they want to play for you even more. They say like, that's a team guy. That's a guy that supports our team, even though he's not playing, he loves us, and we're going to give it back tenfold when he does get into the net.
Yes, they do. It's actually that was in our team in that time. Yes, and it's like, look, and Brian Burke, like next year when we start playing, they tried to trade me to give me opportunity to be a starting goalie, and like most of the teams said, there was a price was too high they asking for me, and they was not willing to give up. And in the end of the day, just Brian Book told me, said like, okay, Ilya, let's listen. We're gonna trade you only for the fair price, but nobody willing to give us that price. I said like, because you did a lot of good thing for our organization, for our team. We just put you on the waivers and let you go for free. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. I would have thought, if Berkey's telling you, you're being too good, right? Like the price is too high. Nobody wants to pay it. Maybe you got to give up a couple more goals and devalue yourself so you can get traded. But I guess that worked out nicely being claimed on waivers.
No, they said like, if it's nobody claims you, we bring you back. He said like, but like, we'll see how it goes, and Phoenix Coyotes they was pick me up.
Hey, every Sunday a new podcast goes up, but if you don't have time to watch the whole thing, there's clips everywhere and just segmented stuff on your favorite players. Go subscribe to Slang in the Biscuit podcast and Slang in the Biscuit clips and Slang in the Biscuit shorts and Slang in the Biscuit pants and Slang in the Biscuit hats and Slang in the Biscuit shirts.